Working now. Good evening.
Good evening.
And welcome to Chinwag number 198.
Yes.
And this is our Friday chat that Beck and I normally do every Friday, chatting about our week. As you can notice, we're a little bit later than normal.
We're a little bit later.
Going forward, I think we're going to start...
We're struggling to be here on time.
Yeah, we're struggling.
Okay.
Yeah.
We closed the shop at 6:00.
Yes.
Okay, and we're struggling to be here at 7.
Yes.
So we thought we'll give ourselves an extra half an hour so that we can eat and come up on here like calmly and
yeah.
We sat down, right?
And
we were here at 29 minutes past 7.
29 minutes past 7, that's right. Yeah.
And then realised we hadn't plugged the camera in.
Yeah, I was thinking there's something not right.
We were both sat here.
Like ready, as if we're ready. And it didn't click. It just didn't click. So hold on. And I was like, hold on, the camera.
Yeah.
So we had to quickly go and get the camera because I've been using the camera in the shop to record the weekly vlogs. And it was still in my rucksack. So we had to quickly get it all ready.
But hopefully we put the right battery pack in this week.
And hopefully you can see everything and hear everything as is meant to be seen and heard.
Yes.
Yes.
Should we get on with it?
We've explained ourselves. We'll say a few good evenings. There's over 70 people watching already, which is incredible. Thank you for everyone that's popped in. Monumental Andrew.
We haven't got everyone from the start, have we?
Because I
think we were probably a little bit
later.
So,
We've got Gimbal, we've got Stu Mandry, thank you for popping in. Lucy as well. RJ says hi too. Nick and Andrew are in the chat as well. Hi Nick.
Hi.
And Monica Richard says thanks for this chinwag. I guess you decided not to cut us off cold turkey, but wean us off slowly.
Oh, did we put the wrong time?
No, it should say 7:30. It says 7:30 on our screen, but yeah. Hopefully it's fine.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully it's fine.
Yeah.
Laura Eccleston-Siebold in the chat. Thank you for popping in. Richard Hale. Diane says hello everyone as well.
Oh, maybe our start time was wrong.
Maybe. Is it? Is it saying 11:30? I don't know. On our screen it says 23rd of October 2020, 19:30. Unless I'm in the wrong time zone.
Oh. Yeah,
I think that's what it must be. So I've set it for 7:30, but YouTube thinks I live somewhere else.
Maybe.
That would explain it, because this happens all the time to me.
No, 7:30.
UK, GMT.
Yes.
Yeah, GMT. But yeah, I wasn't trying to put people off finding it, like, honestly. Aaron Tibbett, Welsh Wonder Nia, thank you for popping in. Neil Martin. We'll scroll down as quickly as we can, get through this. Shazad says hi as well. Lee has popped in as well. Channel Nem as well, thank you. Mandy, she's always flipping. Mike Dando, Lincoln Seller, Dave Repairs, Gloria. Thank you everyone that's popped in.
Yeah.
Shazad says I would expect better, but then again, this is here, Malik Productions. Yeah, honestly, we just completely
And Nick saying no, the time was set right. Okay,
oh,
that's good.
It was
that's
set
good.
right.
That's good. That's all right.
Oh, good. Because I don't know why. Because it always seems to say at weird times to some people.
We have done that before, haven't we?
Where we've set the time and it's just completely wrong.
And it's like
Cola Flipper Lee has popped in as well. Says hi all. Apologies if I don't reply to live chat. Dipping in and out as photographing clothes. Wow. We actually had a productive day today, didn't we? Or I did anyway.
You probably did more than I did. I had a bit of a rough day. But...
Wait, Beck had... Wait, you want to tell me about your day at work?
It's just been a rough week.
Rough week, yeah. It's been a rough week, yeah. So Beck came to the shop and you just hung out, really?
I just...
Yeah, just hung
out, really.
So normally Beck is in on the Friday with me for half the day. Mm-hmm. But today she was just chilling.
Yeah, I looked after the shop when you popped out.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, of course, yeah. But
not that anyone walked in, but you know.
But still. But it was a productive day overall. I had a lot of listings. We actually had a decent amount of customers walk in. And I've got to actually say a big thank you to Auntie Sue from Sue's Piles of Shame, because she had a great idea about recording footfall and in the shop, recording when people come in. And I thought vaguely of it, but never really pinned it down to an idea like that. So today I decided like to, record every time someone came in, and like there's definitely patterns, I suppose, that can be learned. I mean, I've only obviously got today's information, as it were, but I've been looking at when things have been selling, because on my card reader machine, I can see when we take our payments, and you can see that there's definitely patterns to when we're busy and when we're not. But yeah, so
I mean, we're still, we still haven't advertised massively that we are there in the local area, have we?
Yeah.
We've got a bit of like learning to do when it comes to advertising.
Yeah.
Our business, I think.
I'd say so. I think we definitely need to do that.
Yeah.
Double Decker Coach says, "Evening. Have you bought your Spider-Man suit yet?" Once I've come down to a more like normal size.
Spider-Man suit?
Yeah, because he I think he commented that like I should wear a Spider-Man suit during the day and you should wear Wonder Woman.
Oh.
So if I get a Spider-Man, then you'll have to wear...
Yeah, I said that's not going to happen already.
And I was first and ignore, says David Bez. I didn't ignore you, Dave. Hey, Rosie Marsden. Knight's Life is in here as well. Grant Resell says, here, make some Only Cool Stuff merch. I will buy hoodie. That's very kind of you, Grant. But the hoodies at the moment...
They're purely for shop.
Yeah, they're purely... Yeah. Mine is the ones the really nice ones. These are the ones that we made, which are not so good.
They're in the wash.
Yeah. But the nice ones are in the wash because I was eating beans. Was it beans? It was beans and bacon. Yeah, and I got like the rope things.
Stuck in the
in the bean sauce.
Yeah, and then it went all down
the top. The bean sauce. That sounds so wrong, doesn't it? The baked bean tomato sauce. There we go.
There you go. Yeah, so, we got there.
But yeah, merch is a tricky one.
Yeah.
I appreciate, we really appreciate that you guys would, like some of you guys out there would buy it and stuff, and I think that's amazingly cool.
I have to say I love my cup.
I love my cup as well. The cup is amazing. You like it because yours says the real boss, but like...
it says the truth.
Yeah. And... I do love the mugs, the hoodies. Stephen and Steph have just been amazing.
Absolutely.
Definitely. That was such a kind gift. But I just not right now, just not comfortable with it. I think it's the easiest way to put it. But thanks for asking, Grant, though. Mandy says, I want a quote. Hey, Kieran is in the chat as well. William James says, hi guys, shop looking good, love the stock. Thank you, appreciate it. We had a little breakthrough today. I've talked about it in the vlog, but I'll mention it here as well. I was getting a little bit concerned because I've been trying to add a couple of wholesalers, and like sometimes you get the feeling that they're not that bothered about you. Like
they're not.
Yeah, I know, but
they've got a lot of people wanting to buy their stuff. So do you know what? You're just like so small on their list.
I know.
Okay?
Yeah, well, they could pretend,
No.
But
there's no pretending, honestly.
Well, I thought that they were like that, but they're not. They're actually managed to actually complete our first order with a new wholesaler, which I know that sounds like a really simple achievement, but honestly, sometimes it can be more work.
And they've got some really, really good stuff that we we like the look of.
But sometimes getting the ball rolling is not. It's not super easy. No. Sometimes it is super easy, but sometimes it's really convoluted. Like the processes of how you order things, what has to happen on your first order, what the stipulations and the rules are, and then the rules change after your first order anyway, and things like that. There's so many different things. But thankfully, we had some good news today, which will mean that finally we'll be able to add things like Minecraft, Pokemon. And Mandalorian stuff, because I can't believe I haven't got any of the child merch in the shop. I mean, I've not even seen the Mandalorian, but the child is so cute that I'm actually gonna watch it. Just for we're actually gonna get Disney Plus for the Mandalorian, but also I'll be able to watch Avengers and cry at I Love You 3000.
Yeah.
So that'll be a bonus for me.
Yeah. Do you want to cry at that?
I kind of feel like it. I like that scene. It makes me like happy, sad.
Happy, sad.
Happy, sad. Yeah. But like it's sad.
It is sad.
I Love You 3000. Yes.
I know,
it's really sad. So that was good news.
It was.
Shelster Rooney, Shelley is in the chat. David Morse, Kez18, thank you for popping in. Nick says, we battled with suppliers. The numbers we would order just didn't compare with the national chains and the big online retailers. We were often given terrible prices compared to the big guys. Nick, I completely can believe that. It's just being acknowledged would be nice, you know. But you said, we're so insignificant. I suppose we're just grateful that they've even opened an account for us and are willing to pack our puny order, and like they're probably packing giant shipments for big chains, like you say, and then
but you know
and they're getting our little box of stuff.
Everyone starts somewhere.
It's true. Everyone starts somewhere.
Those people that do like massive orders now, had to start from somewhere.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's a good point. That's a good point. Right, let's get to the title. The title of the stream is "The Challenge Makes Us Feel Good," and I called it that because I often think that there's there's a misconception sometimes that you've got to, people that take chances or take risks are they're good at it. They're good at doing it, and it doesn't faze them. But I just think it's interesting to talk about because we're definitely people that like to take challenges or take risks, and we do shake things up quite often. But it's not easy for us. It's not. Yeah, there's often a lot of mental kind of strength type things that we have to go through, or these things do play on our mind. So for example, I could have so easily not opened a shop. I could have easily just not done it, and I could have just worked on an online web store, and I could have just worked, progressively done things which would have made a lot of sense to a lot of people in a lot of ways, including to myself. But sometimes I think we get the urge to kind of push ourselves out of what's comfortable, don't we? And the thing is, when we do it, how does that make you feel?
Well, for me, I'm definitely not the risk taker. Yeah. I do support you.
You live through my risks.
Yeah. So for me, I'm probably a little bit more I think things through a little bit more, and also the fact that I am still in full-time work while we're doing this is kind of a comfort. Because I know that, money is coming into the house. We don't have to worry on that side of it.
I think that's a really good point to make because I think it's sometimes if you took what I did out of context, from what Rebecca's role is in our marriage and our business and everything, it would give a really skewed image. What you do,
because it looks like you just
I'd be completely reckless, wouldn't it?
You're reckless, and that's not really completely true.
I get to take the risks because Beck, like you said, you're more risk averse, definitely, but you allow and you create the stable environment for us to do the risks, and you're there to you're really good at telling me and helping me out with my just my mind when we're to keep the risks in place. You're and I think that's a really important thing. So when we take these chances, it's not just completely easy.
No. And the thing is my job is going to be there for as well, I'd like to say as long as I want it there for. I am lucky enough to work in the NHS. Yeah. And my job is pretty stable, I would say. I know you can't ever guarantee that, but it is pretty stable. Yeah. And it's going to be there for a long time. Yeah. And hopefully.
I think it's definitely one of those things that it sounds. I just wanted to thank you, Dave, for the super chat.
#FreeBeck.
Thank you, Dave, for the free Beck. Are you free, honey? Because the truth doesn't think.
Yeah, I'm pretty. Yeah. I was going to say I'm pretty free.
Andrew's made a good point. He goes, Rebecca is there as the breadwinner, Zahir is there to handle the midlife crisis. But the thing is, we work because I think deep down you would like to take risks like that.
Yeah, but I think.
But you wouldn't.
I think.
Yeah.
Like
would you ever take a risk like that?
No, but we've got a very, very good partnership.
Yeah.
Okay.
100%.
So I am not very good with coping with the stress levels and the risk taking.
Yeah.
If I was left to do the risk taking, I probably wouldn't do it at all.
Yeah.
The fact that
I'm in charge of risk taking
you're in charge
strategy.
of that section of it.
It would be interesting to know.
Works. I think it works well because I'm sitting there going, right, this is the stable income coming in. It's fine. We're all fine here. And then I go, right, now you can do your crazy stuff so that we can move forward. And, you know, I don't know how to explain it.
Well, because you feel like one of these risks has to pay off eventually.
Well, yeah.
This is the
pretty much.
Yeah,
pretty much. This is it, right? So I allow you to take the risks because I'm hoping at some point with all of this craziness,
throw enough at the wall, some of it will stick.
It will, right? It's got to.
Yeah. So that's
not saying for nothing, right?
That is. I know that sounds crazy, but I think that's one of the big drivers of it. Like we're always looking. We want to improve as much as we can. Like generally, in terms of our finances, in terms of what our achievements are, in terms of business and everything, really.
And the thing is, we're going to make mistakes as well.
Yes.
We've never really. No, we've never had a shop before.
No.
Okay.
No.
We are going to make mistakes.
Yes, we will. Yes. 100%. Shelley says you're so lucky to have Beck backing you. Very true, Shelley. I am very happy. I'm very lucky, in fact, to have Beck's backing. But like Beck said, we support each other, though, because the backing is there with. She knows why she's backing.
Yeah. I mean, you have your moments, and I sit there and I say to you, this isn't crazy. We're going to do this. You've got to believe in it. And, so we support each other and,
Shelley says, have you lost weight, Z, or is it the camera angle? I think it's the wide angle lens on the camera, yeah. I think it's not, I've not lost weight. I'm...
Do you reckon?
Yeah.
You do look slimmer, actually.
Yeah, but I think it's the camera, honey.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, I don't think it's...
You're just like...
in real life, if you see me, it's not like this.
Is it because it's like
all
of this space?
I think it stretches at the edges.
Oh,
look how it stretches the edges. Look how distorted it gets. Because it's a wide angle lens. See?
Okay.
I don't know. If I move out there, that's probably more me. I don't know how to explain. Okay. Just go to B&M and buy Mandalorian merch there. Whack a $5 on job done, says Andrew. I just wanted to kind of I just kind of think that we talk about it a lot, don't we? We talk about it a lot. Like, we could have not done this and we could have not had this headache. We could have just carried on and gradually done things. And sometimes I think the gradual way is the correct way. But we always end up just, I don't know. And Steve says, always remember the Jeff Bezos 1999 picture. Have you seen it? When he's working on the table, he's got a drawer as a table. Yeah,
I was going to say, I think I've seen that actually.
Yeah. Busting makes me feel good, says Johnny 40 goes. Great show last night, Tommy. Oh, Tommy's in the chat. Hey, Tommy. Tommy says, we miss you, Z. Can you go back to being a degenerate? Also, Krillin says, hi 2 times. What's it say with chicken all the way?
Yeah.
Chicken all the way. Yeah.
You got that wrong, so wrong last week.
Thanks for popping in, Tommy. I'm still a degenerate. And yes, Shelley, yes, right. We've got to scroll down a bit, catch up with the chat. If you guys have any questions and stuff, let us know. Obviously, sometimes you have to just go for it. Life is way too short to always wonder what if.
Yeah, I think that's definitely some, the way we look at things is like. I don't want to look back and wish I'd done something when we hadn't.
Yeah. And did you see Andrew's reply to that comment from Nick? Because Nick said sometimes you just have to go for it. Life is too short to wonder what if.
No, okay.
Andrew, I think that has to be comment. That has to be the comment of the chat.
Oh dear.
Oh gosh. I really appreciate it. It's a very good partnership, says Stu. Beck tells Z what to do and Z does. It works really well because I think it does work really well for us. I think I think like over the past 3 weeks, it's been quite a lot of like thoughts. Like I've had a lot of thoughts, like just, you know, when sometimes you sit there and you think, why have I done this? Like, why have I opened it in the middle of a pandemic, no less?
Yeah.
Like, why did I think this was okay? What
know,
was, and then I have to remind myself, okay, go back to thinking what you were thinking when you thought it was a good
idea.
And that's what I tried to remind myself.
Do you know what? Like,
yeah.
I 100% believe it's going to work out.
If Beck was loose in the shop, then it would be full of knitting pans and nail products.
Oh, that's so not true.
No, it's not true. Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Opposites attract, at least in my marriage, says Mr. Sadie. Yes, Mr. Sadie, I think you're right. Like, we are very, like, down to what food we like, down to pretty much everything, where we have different tastes, don't we? Like, in everything. Like, music, you know. Well, tune of the moment, right? Dua Lipa, Levitating.
Yeah.
And obviously Sunflower, I've listened to a lot, but okay.
Yeah, you've moved on to other stuff.
Mandy says Beck is stable. Is he just mental? Z, Beck is your rack-out. Yes, Steve, yes. I've seen Beck go unbalanced at lack of chicken. Yes, you did. Yes. Question, is it true to say that Beck works as a hick and play? I don't think that's fair.
I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't.
I don't think, I think it's definitely true that Beck is working a job that, you know, she'd obviously rather be working for herself.
Yeah.
But she's taking the hit for me.
Yeah.
To allow me to do it. 100%. That I will say. So she is definitely sacrificing like more for, like at the moment. I would say she's definitely sacrificing more. But the hope and like the pressure for me then is to make sure that the one of these things work, because she's now been doing this like in the first half of our relationship. Obviously, I was working. Beck was at home with the kids.
Let's go. Right. So
okay.
So back when we were
younger,
we met and we were younger and stuff like that.
Oops, Tommy super chatting.
If Z didn't have Beck, he would be homeless. If Beck didn't have Z, she would be filthy rich. #the truth for president 2020.
Thank you, Tommy. Super chat.
Right, so let's go back to when we first started out, and you know, when we had children quite young. You know, we won't go into details, but we did. We had children quite young, and you know, I wasn't
Our
working.
eldest is 18.
Well, she's 18 next month. So I wasn't working throughout raising the kids at all. You were the only one working full time. And I was out of work for 7 or 8 years.
I think it was 7 or 8, something like that.
Yeah, initially when we first met, we were both working full time.
And then
looked after the kids.
After 7 years, we were both working.
As soon as the kids were like in school, I got back into working part time, and then going from part time, ended up going full time. So you know, I kind of feel like.
And then I saw Nick's video. So really. So
really,
we know whose fault it is.
It's kind of Nick's fault,
right? because I was working full time. Beck was we were both working full time, like
and
people
Nick
do.
Filled his head with these I
can work for myself.
I know.
And then since then, I've been trying to get it to work.
But in all seriousness, I kind of feel like we've both played our part in this, and
so
I'm not saying like, you know, what me being at home.
It wasn't work. It was work. Yeah.
Because I was looking after the kids, absolutely. But I kind of feel like this is my turn to give you a chance to do.
I think the safest way to explain it is we've both made the financial sacrifice during our relationship, right? So I would say I sacrificed. I did like more of it at the beginning, and now you're doing more of it now.
Yeah,
so you're bringing in like it's the financial sacrifice, I'd say. So you're bringing in the steady wage.
Exactly.
Now, where I brought in the steady wage in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Then we both had a steady wage. Then it was Nick's fault. Remember that. That's part of the story.
Yep.
Then that led me to want to work for myself for the first time. And since then, I've been trying to get it to work. And Beck is now allowing that to happen by holding down the job.
Yeah.
And hoping that I'm going to get one of these things right to the extent where...
Well, we're still...
we're working on it.
Do you know what? When we say it's like you trying to get it right...
We're both,
the majority of it is you, but I am there helping
of course you
as
are.
well.
Yeah.
To get it to
look.
not as much as
Look at this.
Oh, hello.
Ronnie. Thanks for popping in, Ronnie. I'm getting like...
always get like this.
He's so cool though. He's such a cool dude. Thank you for popping in, Ronnie. Appreciate it. Oh, God, I'm such a fan voice. That's why no one talks.
In it to flip it.
What's in it to flip say? He's going to become a fan for it. Oh, thanks, Susie. How did you know? And Bluegrass Picker says millionaires usually have at least 7 streams of income. You have to try to grow.
Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly. Oh, our chat disconnected. Now it's reconnected, hopefully.
Hopefully we're back.
Okay. Beck, have you seen a different Living with Z pre and post shop?
He seems a lot happier.
I'm a lot happier.
Yeah, definitely. He's definitely a lot happier.
Yeah, I was saying that earlier. I think that...
do you know what? I think like working from home...
doesn't suit me.
Yeah.
I think I've worked, I've had regular jobs from the age of 16 to 34, right? So from the age of 16 to 34, I've worked normal hours. And then from 34 is when I started the whole reselling type thing. So it's coming up to 5-6 years now. And I think I never quite got, like, especially with Beck going out to work. Yeah. Now, this is where that comes in as well. I have never felt whatever I did was... like, it just didn't feel like it was enough because Beck was coming home from work and I was already there. And I know it's really not, it's silly, it's not true.
No, because you were still working and I kept saying this to you all the time.
But it didn't work. That didn't work for me. Like no matter how hard I worked, it didn't feel enough. But now I feel so much just like I'm pulling my weight as well.
No, but I think the happiest I've seen you have definitely been whenever we've had like the working away from home. So like when we had the office, you were pretty happy there because you got into a steady routine and things like that. Office wasn't the right space. Yeah. That's why we came out of it so quickly. Yeah. And then it was just then going back like and being in the shop, you're so much happier than you've been for a long time.
Andrew says, was checking out the prices from my newest wholesaler. It was great seeing how I could buy every product they sold cheaper on eBay. That can happen. Yeah. That can happen, definitely. Okay, what other comments are coming in? If you're a degenerate, are you Sean or Triple H? I'd love to be Sean, but I'm not cool enough. But I'd love, Shawn Michaels, man, all day. Lee Cola Flipper says, I balance out well with my wife. I'm the risk taker and push the boundaries. She reins me in on the crazier ideas. It works well for us. Sounds very similar. Thanks for the super chat. Tesla picker as well. Thank you for popping in, Dave. Even after I knocked Teslas. And he's been through some stuff with his office space. I was watching that vlog where they had a bit of a issue
was there
upstairs loo type thing. Yeah. That's some and he was so chilled about it. He's the guy that he shares it with was chilled as well. Like you said, Z, you would have paid the same amount for a storage unit, so you got a free shop. Pretty much. Yeah. Like that's the way I'm looking at it. I'm working in the back, getting listings done. Doing all that kind of stuff, doing my shipping, organizing, and then that's the plan. That is the plan. Right, what other comments have come in? Question. Okay, we've done that question. Z, love the new lights for the shop front and the staff room. Thank you, Carl, appreciate it. Yeah, we fit these smart LED lights which are much brighter.
Yes.
And also I found out the spotlights that we've already got fitted in the shop, they're only 2.5 watt, whereas the sockets can hold up, I think it was 5 or 7 watts. I've gone for 5 watt just to be safe, so it'll be like double the brightness. It's Nick's fault for ruining all UK resellers' lives. Yeah, pretty much. And it's not his fault. It's amazing. What he's done has been brilliant, to be honest. I blame Nick for the current pandemic. True story, says Andrew. And reselling white boy John Luke says, just a tad late. Hope everyone is okay. Thank you for popping in, John Luke. Appreciate it. Bad Biscuit Lex in the chat as well. Thank you for popping in. Okay. Yeah, Ronnie's in. Shelley's also fangirling over Ronnie being in the chat. I blame Nick for my granddad's shoes going missing in the charity shop, says Stu. Oh god, that will never get forgotten. No, that will never be forgotten. Yeah, people blame. Everyone's coming with reasons why they blame Nick. I blame Nick for the price of board games.
Ronnie's saying he should have signed that Cape Cod hat.
You should have signed. I'd never take it off, man. Question at Beck: is a man with a plan sexier than a boy with toys? Oh gosh. Still, he's not answering that, huh? Okay. Still, whenever I hear someone say Cape Cod, I think about Jaws. Yeah. YouTube, honestly, all jokes aside, no matter how many disclaimers the creators put in, videos make it look 1,000 times easier than it really is. That goes for anything on YouTube pretty much, though. Yeah. That's a really good point, Tommy. That is a really good point. Mm-hmm. I mean, I think luckily for me, I was already on YouTube watching videos anyway, and I was even making videos. Mm-hmm. So I think I had a bit of a perspective on things look easier on video. So it didn't come as like I never had that moment where it was like a big shock. Yeah. You know, like I don't think I ever had that moment where I was like, wow, this is actually like I had that slow realization, you know, like a couple of years later or whatever, when you're like, it really is a lot of work. You do have to work hard at this. But it was not like a bam, you know, it wasn't like so I think that was good. Sue's in the chat as well. Hi Sue, thank you for popping in. By the way, Sue, I took on your idea in today's video, recording the amount of people coming in. So yeah, so I've been doing that, and that should be in tomorrow's vlog that I'll be editing this evening. So I've been recording when people have been coming in. I'm going to do that because it's quite good. The truth is in. Thanks for popping in. The pie shop should pay you for advertising. You know what? They're
really good though.
They're amazing.
You know what, we have not like stopped going there completely. It will be a treat when we do go there.
I missed Nick's comment. He says it's actually all Tom's fault. He started it. I'm telling my mom. Yeah, Tom actually was the original OG.
He was the original, wasn't he?
I blame Nick for my 2 spare rooms full of tat. There you go. No one's. There you go. Yeah. All right. That's a good point that Tommy made about YouTube, though. You look too happy with the shop. Be careful of burnout. I now take Sundays off after 14 years in business. Wow. I mean, we've had a lot of talk about the timings and stuff of the shop, like opening times. But I strongly feel that I'm gonna be there anyway.
Yeah, I mean, if you're there, if you're gonna go in and do your shopping, like we've said this, you may as well have your door open. Yeah, because you never know.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I'm looking at, like I said, the shop is a place of work for me to be at a certain time. And just like when I used to work retail on the shop floor, even when there were no customers, I was paid to be there. So I remember days, I remember days vividly where we would have 0 sales, like across the department. Like it would be just dead randomly, like in the middle of Knightsbridge, you know, people would walk through our department into other departments and we'd be stood there, like 5 of us, like statues in suits. And that was your job, to stand there whether there was something going on or not. The way I see it now is I've got my shop, my showroom, whatever you want to call it, but I don't have to be stood there smiling to nobody because I'm being paid to do so. I can just go into the back. I can be placing wholesale orders, checking prices, listing on the website, listing on eBay, sourcing, because there's all these things. We've got plans of buying used stuff from the public to sell online as well.
Yeah, that'll be a little bit further down the line though. I think we're going to have to have a little bit more of a
so I'm going to be there
that.
anyway. And I also think that, like, I mean, we could be completely wrong with all this, but where we live has got some really backwards ideas of what people's expectations are. I wouldn't
say completely backwards, because
I'd say
a lot
backwards.
of the shops have changed their opening times, and I don't know whether it's to do with COVID and everything like that.
Yeah.
But like, not many of them seem to be open past 4:30 in the afternoon.
Well, there's
apart from the car shop.
They tend to have very short opening hours anyway, or even on a full day. 10 till 4 is quite a standard time around here. Now, if you think about it this way, you're open from 10 till 4. 10 till 4 are the hours that most people are at work. Okay, so like, you're not. It's not. I mean, obviously, you can't say anything. Like, today we had like better sales than we had on market day. So even though today should have technically been quieter than yesterday, today was one of the best days we've had since opening the shop, and it happened very quickly. You can't, there's no like full way of controlling that, but in terms of giving yourself the best opportunity, you've got to be there when people are there. And we've already started noticing people are coming to us after work. Yeah. Because we're open.
We've had that a couple of times this week, haven't we?
Whereas most shops are closed.
Yeah, and it keeps us wanting to do what we're doing. But we will review.
Yeah, we will review.
We are going to plan on reviewing it.
Because I can't do 7 days forever. But
no, after Christmas, I think that's when we're going to review it. Because I think up until Christmas, I think we probably want to, be...
We'll look at the situation. Well, I mean, like Sue's said, Sue's part of the show, she's in the chat. Like she said, like, it would be a great thing to be tracking footfall and things. So we can then judge by that what we're willing to sacrifice, if anything. I mean, if I'm still feeling like I'm feeling now, like I'm surprised I'm feeling like this even. No, but how many weeks in are we now? I mean, 3 weeks or 4 weeks?
I have said the Sunday is probably something that, going forward, I'm not sure that we will continue with.
We have differing things on that though.
Or you take a day off during the week. Yeah. Or you should close the shop on a different day.
Different day, yeah.
But then that means you don't actually go into the shop. It is a day off.
Yeah.
It doesn't listen to me.
Sue asked question, how is the website going? Have you got all the stocking fillers on there? We've got a lot of things on there now.
I think
we've got a lot more of the
a little way to go, but I think
but we've got
a lot of like
we've got some of the stocking filler type items on there, but we've still got some to go.
Actually,
Carla says, "Hey guys, listening whilst faffing around." Sounds good, Carla. Thank you for bumping in. What else are people saying? She's a clever egg, that Sue. Exactly, Lex, she is. This is unwatchable as I keep getting adverts, says The Hills. Sorry to hear that, The Hills. If you're still there. You three were the first YouTubers I watched, now happily turning over 1.5K. Thanks, Ronnie, says Mandy. Wow.
Why are they getting ads?
I don't know. I'm not sure, but it might be just some kind of issue. I'm not sure. I've learned about Garstang High Street through you guys, says Mark. Thank you. You've learned about Garstang and the High Street. I'm glad. Reselling Polly, thank you for popping in as well. Carl says, bought a Dukes of Hazzard plastic car, generally box, not assembled, made by MPC. Apparently it was banned and it's selling on eBay for £100 plus. I paid 50p. Fantastic. Mark says, I think you guys are doing so well and documenting it on YouTube is a genius idea. It's really, I've always struggled with consistency when it comes to doing YouTube videos. With the shop vlogs, I almost don't have to think. It's just I've finally figured out how to just try to capture my day. So whatever happens in the day. So yeah. I'm pretty pleased with that. I'm glad you are enjoying them. Well, I hope you are anyway. Nadine says 12 p.m. to 7 p.m. coming in earlier to pack online sales and take to the post office. Open to 7 p.m. when you start buying in from people to give them a chance to get home, have their dinner, and bring stuff in. See, Nadine, that sounds like a really good idea.
Actually.
That sounds like a really good idea. Something like that sounds really good because I could come in. You're right. I could come in earlier to do all the shipping, pulling orders. That's actually a really good idea, Nadine.
I quite like that idea.
Mark says, I make custom Marvel Legends. Happy to send you a few to display in the shop. Wow, that sounds pretty cool, Mark. Question, have you considered what you would do if the shop doesn't work out? I would... it would leave us in financial ruin. I'm just putting it out there. It would leave us in financial ruin. So I would either just have to go really crazy at the auctions and just try to resell harder than I've ever done, and because clearly you can still make amazing money selling used stuff on eBay. That's facts, right? So I would do that and probably have to get a part-time job to go alongside with it, or even consider full-time, because if it doesn't work out, I think we'd be in...
I think it'll just depend on how much it knocks us. I mean, we're quite good at taking knocks and picking ourselves back up. Yeah, we've had a few. So
I think.
So I think I think it would just depend on how we recovered from it, because I really I've got a lot of faith and a lot of belief in what we're doing right now, and I'm gonna get all emotional, but I really, really do truly believe that we can make this work and we can make it a success. And I think overall, if it did fail,
it would be quite gutting.
I think it would be.
But it's a really good question, because it is very possible. In fact, the statistics would argue it's actually likely, because we're going, isn't it? Because don't most shops and stuff just fail? So statistically, that's what's likely to happen.
And I kind of feel like right now we've put so much into it, so much energy.
We'd probably cry for a bit, I think.
Yeah, probably would.
We'd cry. Yeah. I'd watch movies that make me cry even more.
Yeah. And then we'd have to pick ourselves
do
up
something,
and get back on.
I think I would really go. Yeah, I think I would go back to basics of reselling. Because I feel like that's something I can...
But that would depend on the financial situation.
Yeah, that would depend, because if I haven't got any money to invest...
if we were in a really financial difficulty, then
I'd have to get a job to start again. So I'd have to get at least a part-time job so I could at least start buying stock again, and just start again.
And then start...
Dust yourself off and start, and then try something different. Like Lucy says, go back to pro gaming with Shazad sponsoring me. I think that's a good option. But I think that's a good question though.
It is a really good question.
Shazad, did you really ask if Zia's thought ahead?
And I do think it's something that obviously you do need to kind of have a backup plan.
Yeah.
But
yeah. Carl says, question, I know it's a new shop, but have you started a Christmas club? Nope.
No.
We there's lots of things we have got to put in place still. Lex says, I'm self-isolating anyway for 2 weeks, says Lex. Oh, wow. Our daughter's having to do that. I went to a toy shop today in Israel, says Michael. They are not allowed to open to the public, so a big queue telling the staff what you want, even though more people can get the virus in the queue than if open. Oh, wow, that's crazy. Again, the kids hopefully will be helping at some point in the next year or so, says Dave. Possibly. Q4, you need to be there as much as possible, says Chris Tyler. Yep. Right. Well, we've been in lockdown for 2 hours. So far, so good. No riots yet, says Len. Barry says, open on Sundays during Q4 to catch Christmas trade, but close on Sundays for the rest of the year. I think would be a good idea. Lee says, Z, I admire your tenacity, but please make sure you are also looking after yourself too, mentally and physically. Maybe a late start 1 day a week on whichever is your quietest morning of the week. I think once we've figured that out, once we figured that out, Sue's comment stuck with me about counting people for a couple of weeks and getting
Yeah.
an idea, because that will make me feel better, because right now I feel like I need to be there, like
Yeah.
I'm wired.
But
I'm
the
literally
thing is,
wired,
doing this, he's going to end up burning out.
Yeah.
Because, I've,
Yeah.
like, this week, in a way, has been a lot better because I did take Sunday off from the shop.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, you
stayed at
enjoyed
home.
that, didn't you?
Yeah,
But the thing is,
completely enjoyed it.
I didn't feel like 3 hours was a big deal, and then I came home
Yeah.
and we watched a movie, and
I know you said that, but also you are looking tired, and you're staying up each night to edit the vlog to make sure that it's ready for the next day.
Yeah.
So you're like not sleeping as much as you probably should, because then you're still getting up in the morning to then get ready to go to the shop again. And it's just
I love it.
I know you love it, but you're also going to get tired from it and burn out if you're not careful.
Yeah.
I completely agree.
Okay. That's a good point. Point. Right, what are people saying? Oh, Christos Velas. By the way, guys, Christos Velas has a really nice YouTube channel as well. I watched quite a lot of his FBA videos in the past, so definitely worth checking out. It says, hey Zahir, just popping in to say I've been enjoying watching your challenge of opening a store. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Very inspiring stuff. Thank you. Appreciate it. Right. I don't mind ads to support you, but I'm really sorry, The Hills. I didn't realise they were running mid-stream ads on YouTube now.
I didn't.
If there's a way of turning
either.
that off, I'm going to turn that off next time, because during a live stream, I think that's not right.
I'm not sure we can, because if you read Tommy's comment
what did
it
he
was
say?
something that YouTube brought in a while ago.
Really?
We have no control over it.
Oh,
Z can't control the ads on a live.
It's YouTube. Oh,
Yeah.
what they do? I can't even turn off mid-roll. I'm sure, because I know.
We'll have a look at it.
We'll have a look, yeah.
And see what we can do on our
Yeah,
side.
because I think in a live stream that sucks.
I agree.
Right. Mark says, I'm curious to know how you guys started with selling. I have a large collection of action figures and thinking of selling some of them, but don't know the best way to start. I started, like most people, selling things online, but at the moment, it really depends what your goals are. It really does depend what your goals are. It's selling physical stock is a different ball game. I mean, like, I will say this, okay? When you sell online, you have the comfort, and I believe this comfort can be false, and that comfort is that your item is in the best possible place to sell, because it's in front of the world. It's in front of millions of people all across the world, all across the country you're in, all across Europe, all across the States, Australia, wherever your item is being seen. And isn't that amazing? My item, here's my Marvel Legends Hulk that I still haven't opened, but I will be opening. She's just amazing, don't you think?
Yeah, she is.
If I put that on eBay, that's suddenly in front of millions and millions and millions of people. But if I put that in my pokey little shop on Garstang with a tiny population, I bet you I would sell this quicker in my shop than I would sell it online. I've sold more stock in 3 weeks, like, than if you compare eBay versus, considering a lot of this stuff is on eBay as well. Admittedly at a high price,
I was going to say, admittedly we do price it up a little bit.
But
on
my
eBay.
point being that you've got best offer, you've got the world's eyes in front of you, all that kind of stuff. Like, I don't know, and I know I don't have best offer and everything either, to be fair. So our prices are high, but this is the thing, like, in front of the world's eyes means competition, which means firstly your prices are just being crushed down, especially when you're selling stuff that everyone else is selling. And B, you don't get the same kind of impulse. Impulse purchasing is it's magic, guys. It's I don't think there's anything that makes me smile more than someone just who didn't know we were there, walking in, buzzing because of what they've seen, and then me showing them some stuff, and then they looking at the stuff, and then they start buzzing, and I'm buzzing, and suddenly they've made a purchase that they were not intending on making. And for me, that journey started when we did the market. I did a market literally for a few weeks. This is how quick this has all happened. For a handful of weeks, I did a market, and that's where it dawned on me. But up until then, I thought, why would I even? Because I'm on eBay, I'm on Amazon. I don't need to be on anything else. But I'm paying 1.69% when someone pays me via card, and when they pay me by cash as well. Just golden. It's just it feels good, guys. It feels good. I'm just. I know that didn't fully answer your question, but I'm like, it really depends because depends on where you're getting your stock from, what kind of stock, but how you sell it. The platform you choose. There's a lot of different things that affect what prices you'll achieve and what will sell. Yeah. But yeah. Right. Right. Let's see. Oh wow, I think we've lost a bit of chat. Good. Trevor, I know it sucks as Tommy, but YouTube Premium is worth every penny. Oh, okay. Is that the way of avoiding it? That seems really bad.
Yeah.
Okay. Shazad, he turned it into a takeaway. Oh, Chris, that would be amazing. That's actually not a bad idea.
Every 8 minutes, roughly.
Oh, wow, the hills. That's wrong.
No.
That is really wrong.
That's a shame if that's actually happening. I don't... You'll have a look at it, won't you?
Stu says you could always turn the shop into a fast food outlet. The Dupant pizza company. Yeah, I'm. By the way, if anyone does come to shop, I'm always wearing pants in the shop. There's no.
That's good to know.
Yeah, I'm just. Yeah, hun, don't worry.
That's good to know.
I'm always wearing pants. Leave the horrible thoughts till January. So many opportunities with Halloween, Christmas, says Dave. Yeah, but it's always good to think ahead as well, Dave. Yeah. It's good to, right. Full credit for Z to all the effort though and vlogging. Oh, thanks, Dave. Appreciate it. Is the plan to have a few more Only Cool Stuff stores in nearby towns in the long term if all goes well? Mark, we've not thought that far ahead.
We haven't thought that far ahead. I mean, if it goes well, our first thing would be like maybe moving into a bigger store.
Yeah.
I think that would be our first.
Right now the goal is just to survive.
Because even where we are, we could actually use the back room that we're using as like a little office space for yourself at the moment. Yeah. We could expand in the shop if we wanted to.
But right now, all I'm thinking about is survival. That's literally my goal, survival. I just want to survive. Yeah. If we can get through whatever the next few months is going to bring us, not mentioning Brexit.
I know.
I know. Stuff like that. Who knows how that's going to affect things. And Shazad says, I always look at the worst case scenario. You need some more Zahir time. That doesn't mean like Fortnite. Thanks, Shazad. Oh, brilliant. Nadine says, ahem, ad block, ahem. It's an option.
Okay, mid-roll can be turned off, but there is...
Okay. We'll figure it out later. Because, we'll figure it out. I'll have a look at it. YouTube does ads. Oh gosh, the ads, man. You got more subscribers on YouTube than the population of Garstang, says Dave. No, Garstang is bigger than 4,000, Dave. That must be really old census.
That's really, really old, actually, because we searched it a while back.
Exactly.
And it is really... There's been a lot of... new buildings and new
Lex
housing.
Says, the day you got married, when your kids were born, first kiss. Nah, it's all about when people buy figures from You know what I meant, Lex? Come on, you have to. She's so bad. Bad biscuit. She's so bad, isn't she? You know what I meant. She knows. She knows. She got the most amazing figure haul. You should have seen it. Amazing figures. Grant says, I have 24 sealed original Fortnite keychain key rings in little purple sealed packets. No thanks, Grant. We've got like, we do the Funko ones in little boxes, so we're good for those. Thank you very much. The Hills, no, we've got a sum up machine. Mm-hmm. My goal in life is to open Wrexham's first KFC drive-thru franchise. Andrew, that would be so awesome. Yeah. I'd love a KFC. Right. I'm on my phone. I don't want to make it a big deal. I'm just trying to watch your high entertainment show. Says the Hills. No, I know you're not trying to make it a big deal, but thank you for bringing it to our attention because it is definitely not cool that they're doing that.
No, every 8 minutes seems.
If there's a way of us turning it off,
too much. We will look at it on our side and see if there's anything that we've got switched on that we didn't realise we had switched on.
I do have mid-roll ads turned on for like the recorded videos.
Yeah.
But they only play them if you make long videos. I've been making videos that are like under 10 minutes a lot of the time, so you don't even get any mid-roll ads in those. But for live streams, I don't think it's really cool.
No, that's not.
I know they add them after the stream is rendered and onto. I know those are there. I put mid-roll ads in the streams. Well, I don't put them, but I've got it so YouTube automatically puts them. But like, I didn't know that they were popping up during a live stream. I don't think
that seems wrong.
Right. Wagwan Babe says. I think I just had to read that because it's called Wagwan Babes.
Okay.
What other comments are going? Good evening to Time Tunnel Toys. Thank you for popping in. Mr. Polashek, thank you for popping in as well.
Hello.
Things are good. And Mark says, I like that you guys stock RC cars as well. I have a few 12 scale cars and they're great. Mark, I'm actually going to be adding some radio control because we're going into Christmas. We're actually expecting a visit from a rep in the beginning of November. And I'm looking to get a very specific style of car. I really don't want to do full-blown radio control cars because A, they're expensive, B, they take up a lot of room, C, people break them and will need spares, and I don't want to be dealing with that. I'm up to my back teeth. Like, I get questions on like £4 RC parts, and these are the kind of questions I get. Could you tell me the outside diameter of this part? And it's like $3.99, and I'm not gonna go digging through like heavy crates and pulling out bags just to pull out I'm sorry, I'm just not. I may have done in the past, but where I'm now, like mentally, I can't do it. Okay. Would you do it?
What's that?
Would you do it?
I wasn't listening.
Like, if say like you got a question saying, "Oh, what's the outside diameter of this part?" and it was $3.99 part, would you do it?
No.
And I know that's really bad service, and I'm sure I've been here on YouTube talking about bad service and like answering questions, but I'm at that point now with the radio control stuff. When someone asks me a question like that, I don't even reply to it now. I don't even reply. I just don't, and that's terrible service. Terrible service. But I just don't. If you're gonna message me asking me the frickin', I just can't be dealing with it. And so that's why I don't want to do it. So I'm going to be doing a very simplified type. I'm going to do like small 1/28 and 1/24 scale cars. So cars that can also be run inside, not just outside. And I'm going to get crawlers. Crawlers are so much fun, aren't they, honey? Imagine having a little crawler and you could crawl over books and things.
I mean, sometimes, we do have like a small little car, like RC car that's on display, and you actually run that around the shop sometimes.
Yeah, I do,
Yeah, so.
But I want to get a crawler so I can actually crawl over things and stuff as well. Right. I haven't seen any roasting joint ads mid-video, which is a shame. And the Hill says, beware of the Chucky dolls. They come alive and stab you in the back if you're not careful. I'll keep an eye out.
Yes.
Definitely. What other comments are there? Question, you've said in the past you have some other towns close by. Do you advertise in them to convince them to make the drive to your shop, maybe a discount code? I've not done that yet, Monica.
We've not done that. That's something we definitely need to work on.
Ooh, and I've just seen the time, guys. We've gone over 8:30.
Yes.
Andrew will be, or Andrew is probably live right now. I do apologize. But thank you everybody that's joined us. I forgot we started at 7:30, so we've gone over an hour. Really do appreciate everyone popping into the chat and the comments, the support, the super chats. And I've just seen Boo Boo Boy say, I'm about to travel 17 miles to Garstank to come give you a handshake, my man. thank you. But it would have to be one of those because of, social distancing. But yeah, so really do appreciate everyone popping in. Means an awful lot. Thank you for the support.
Yes.
And we will see you guys in the next one. Go over to Money Mental UK. Check out Andrew for Drinking with Andrew.
He should be
I'm gonna
going
get
live.
on and eating.
He said he's not live yet.
Oh, he's eating.
eating.
That's fine. Well, it's 8:33 now. Thank you for popping in. I'm going to be editing the video now, so I will be seeing you guys and later. Good evening.